just when we thought the big snowfalls for the winter were over, we got hit one more time here in early March. So we ended up with between 10 and 12 inches of snow here at the railroad yesterday. So there's not a whole lot going on outside, but we're not going to let it slow us down inside. Let's go take a look at what's happening. So here you can see our former magazine car, which we've turned into a tool car for track laying, almost completed in our shop. It's been painted. Most of the components have been added to it. And we're just going to take you on a little tour of the car, tell you a little bit about what we've done with it, and how we plan on using it here on the railroad. We acquired this car in the fall of 2023, and it sat in the yard for a while before we were able to get around to working on it. Last winter we had passenger car projects going on, and so this winter we finally had a chance to get it finished. It turned out really nice. It almost looks like it's just come from the factory. We replaced all the plywood walls, obviously a new paint job. We tried to keep everything as close to looking like it originally was as we could. We added a new step on each side, make it easier for the crews to get the tools in and out of the tool car. We usually will be lifting heavy buckets of spikes up these steps. We set it up so we could set them up halfway, and then the guy up in the car could grab them and bring them up the rest of the way and stow them away for the ride to the end of the rail. The ends of the car with the handrails have been modified. We've made the rail shorter, and it's now bolted on the end of the car instead of welded. And then we added new steps in two opposite corners where we've got grab handles so you could get up. And then we used stainless steel screws as was originally done on the car when it was first built. And here you can see some of the bracketing for the step, pretty heavy duty bracketing, so it should never have a problem. And then on the inside we've got shelves on one end of the car for stacking tools, components, spikes, hardware, bolts, that kind of thing. And in the middle of that rack we've got a battery charging station, so all we have to do is plug the car into an extension cord and it'll charge all the batteries. We don't have to keep hauling batteries back and forth into the shop to charge overnight, so it should speed things up. And then here's the other end of the car, which we've left open for our taller tools. We're going to be building a rack for those. We're still not sure what that's going to look like. And then the roof is painted white as it originally was to add a little bit of brightness inside. There are no lights inside the car. And we've replaced the skins on the aluminum doors. We kept the frames but put new skins on, and we have a new rail at the top to slide the door back and forth. Replaced all the old handles. And then on the roof we've painted it with a trailer park roofing coating similar to what we used on the passenger cars. So one of the things that we're trying to do with the railroad is kind of expand a lot of our storage. And in these two cabinets we've got our chemicals stored, and our paint supplies, our brushes, our solvents, and that kind of thing. And we also had some paint in here. So we needed another cabinet strictly for paint. So we added this cabinet here to our row, and now we've got all of our paint organized and separated from the chemicals and some of the other solvents that we've got in a different spot. So it just kind of expands our storage. So about 3 videos ago, we mentioned briefly that we were working on a new project here in this storage garage. And behind me here is one of the outside walls for our new office. We've got our insulation in, we've got a lot of our backer boards in here. We're going to take you around the corner here. We're going to show you how we're finishing that room off and what we're going to be using it for. So here we are inside our new office space. This office is being constructed in our equipment storage shed, which is directly east of our lounge. You've seen that before in another video. So the idea here is that we're moving our editing facility into this room so we have more room to work. And as you can see, we've used pine car siding to help kind of dampen the sound. We're going to be putting in a wood floor to also help dampen the sound. All 4 walls are insulated very thickly so that we can get a lot better, again, with the sound, get some control over that for the videos. And then so on where the camera is, where Justin is going to be our desk with our computer and all of our recording equipment. And in this corner, Dave's going to have his office. So right now he is set up with his computer in the lounge, and it's kind of in the way of everything. So we're going to move that in here, and then we'll have both setups in here. A desk and a computer on each end of the room. Then we've got a window where we're going to have light. We're going to actually set this up so we can block all the light off. We have a set of 3 ceiling lights, so we can either have one of them on in the middle or all 3 of them on. And that way when we're editing, we kind of like when we're editing to keep the lighting low so we can see the TV screen better and see what's really going on with that. So we don't want real bright light. So yeah, that's the beginnings of our office. We've got all the walls on this side are done. We've got these 2 to go yet. We had a little problem with our lumber source and trying to get enough straight boards that were usable. This side here in the ceiling are all 16-foot boards. So we've got 16-foot boards here, 12-foot boards on this wall and this wall, and then on the 2 ends are 10-foot boards. And I'm sure most of you would probably agree it's not easy to find straight lumber these days, especially pine. So we bring it in and get it up on the walls as soon as it comes in, because otherwise it'll start warping and curling and twisting and it'll be no good. So this first batch was easy to put in, mostly because the boards were, kind of hand-picked. We went through the piles and hand-picked them and got the straightest ones and the ones that weren't all beat up. So, but it's a lot more work than it looks. And then we've got a lot of, down to the base here, we've got a lot of outlets. Kind of overdid the outlets like we usually do. So we've got plenty of those, plenty of power. So no matter how we want to arrange the furniture in this room, we'll always have power. And we won't have a situation where we're tripping on cords all the time. So that's our new office. And we're going to show you more. We've got some stills that we can put in here and some footage of this wall going up. And we'll show that too in this video. So up till now, we've been kind of stuck in the closet, literally, for editing our videos. You can see we're kind of stuffed in here between our supply racks and the mechanical room equipment. Not a lot of space here. We kind of had to shoehorn Justin into the corner there for editing. So this will be a big improvement over what we've been working with up till now. We've got more space to breathe and more space to spread out, really. this pine will really help to absorb the sound, and we won't have to be fighting with a lot of echo and a lot of other issues that we've got trying to record in a cement floor room with a lot of unnecessary things surrounding us. We never thought that our channel would grow as fast as it has, and it's because of all of you. You've all been very supportive, and this project here is a result of that. We needed to expand, we needed more room to continue to bring good videos out for you all to enjoy and watch. And we'd really like to express our appreciation for all you subscribers, and hope you stay tuned in, hope you tell your friends and share these videos. We consider you all to be part of the O'Galley Scenic Railway family. So we should be able to move into this room in about a week.
Hi, Joe, the MIC for the O'Galley Scenic Railroad here to give you a little update on what we're doing these days. After running our trolley car for a year now, we've figured out where things are starting to leak, and so we decided it was time to take it apart and fix all the leaks for this upcoming summer. So we've got this new crane hoist that we want to use that we use to jack the trolley up with. And as you can see, we put a chain hoist on either side, and we figured out where the center of gravity is, and we just used the chain hoist to pick the whole trolley up. And then we were able to come back here to the truck, and this is the center pin for the truck, and we just raised the trolley up. The center pin stayed on the trolley, and it came out of its socket here, and then we just rolled it out of the way to be able to get to it to work on it. So what we're fixing is all the leaks that we found this summer, and or this winter anyway. The big one I've got to deal with is the front side of this shaft is leaking, so I've got to get this pump taken apart and replace that seal. And I haven't tackled that yet with the dealer, but that's going to be my project for this afternoon, I think. And we found a couple other miscellaneous issues with some of the hydraulic fittings were leaking a little bit, so I ended up putting new O-rings in and that sort of thing. But it's coming along. And then, Justin, if you come over here and zoom in real close, we've got a keyway here that fell out at some point. And so I'm having to manufacture a keyway that'll fit in there and lock that shaft up so that when the wheel turns, the drive chain will turn the wheel. I couldn't find a keyway, the exact dimension, so I'm having to manufacture this one. So I've got to finish making that and putting that in, and then it'll be good to go there. And then when I get done with this side, we suspect we have an oil leak on this hydraulic motor, so I'm going to just end up unbolting this hydraulic motor and doing the same thing and fixing the same seals on that one. So we'll get to that as time goes on. The other thing we found is that our oil reservoir here has a leak in it somewhere. And we aren't exactly sure where, but in order to fix that, we've got to unhook the hoses and that sort of thing to get to them, take the tank out and drain it. And then we'll have to pressurize it and see if we can figure out where the leak is in the welded seams here. Because we built this tank ourselves, and we didn't do our due diligence and make sure that we didn't pressure check the tank before we installed it. So that's something else we've got to work on. And so right now we've got the truck out of there. We've lowered the trolley back down, so we've just got it sitting on jacks on this end so it doesn't sit flat on the floor. But we're coming along with it. It's just like everything. Everything takes a little bit of time now and then. And we'll have it all ready to go for summer, hopefully here in a couple weeks, because spring is right around the corner. I can guarantee you that, regardless of the weather we've had today. So that's about all I've got for now.
So that's another week of fun and excitement here at the O'Galley Scenic Railway. We've got several projects going on like we always do, and there's going to be a lot of new stuff happening. It's pretty exciting stuff.